Hey cuties, how's it going? We are back with some more Reactions After Dark, and we of course going to be watching YouTube sex guru hired by COVID billionaire for PR, but blackmails him for 200 million instead, obviously by Stephanie Sue. Now, obviously, I did change up the beginning there because I don't know why it's taken me this long to be like, oh, why am I not saying cuties at the beginning instead of like guys. Like everyone in their grandma on YouTube in the history of YouTube has said like, "Hey guys," and I've just been doing that forever. So you can, I feel like you can't really make that your thing, right? It's like, "Hey guys" as like an intro because it's so generic and everyone says it. So it's like, why haven't I been saying that? Because I was thinking about just doing random 3D modeling, maybe like just probably like ASMR, just me making random 3D models. Not like VTubers because I already have a series of me doing that, but um, just like like make a chair in Blender or something like that. And I was like, oh, and for some reason it came to my head while thinking about making that series to say, hey cuties at the beginning. I was like, why have I not done that yet? Because this obviously is the I don't know, cutie creator channel, but it is kind of like my theming is that word. Like most of my characters in games are named that now, either cutie or cutie tactics or whatnot. Something revolving around that. So I don't know why I haven't said that. Even if you become a member on the channel, it's not that. It's you become a test subject because that's relevant to the whole Apocalypse 9 thing, which is like the universe slash franchise of like the trading card game that I'm trying to make. Uh, So it's like your test subjects inside this universe for like this game show, but we're not going to get to that lore right now. Um, but it should just be cuties. So I'm probably going to change that to be cutie. So if you become a member, you become a cutie? Question mark. Which I might just do that now. So let me just cut and do that now, just so like by the time this video goes up. I mean, I guess I have all day, but uh, it'll just be named that. All right, yeah, that is changed to cuties now, though it takes up to 24 hours to like change membership stuff, so it probably still says test subjects, but it'll probably be cuties within a day or so. So technically it won't be changed by the time this video goes up, or maybe it will, who knows. Um, all they did was change the name. I feel like they need to do something about that where if you're just changing the name, it shouldn't take 24 hours for someone, like they actually have to send it over and someone review that it's okay. It's like all they did was change the name. Like, why does someone have to review that, right? I mean, I'm guessing they have to make sure the name isn't um, bad or anything. But yeah, it's at the cuties note. It just makes sense for the channel. I don't know why it's been. I didn't think of that before, but yeah, I'll probably be starting off these videos with hey cuties. I don't know if I'm good with hey, how's it going or like what's up, because obviously I've been saying what's up forever, but no one actually responds to that. Not that I'm expecting one any to, so I don't know if I say how's it going, if anyone will respond to that either. Obviously, it's not necessary or even should, but maybe more people will be like, oh yeah, things are going yada yada yada, right? Uh, it's kind of like the meme of, not necessarily a meme, there's a similar meme, but it's basically just like, uh, I was gonna kind of be weird with that, but no, I'm just gonna say it's like a meme of no one, no, everyone always asks blank, but everyone ever asks blank, and it's just like the opposite of what, or something silly compared to that. So it's just, everyone asks what's up, never what's down. I was gonna say it in like a silly voice, but I couldn't be asked to do that. Something so cringe. But yeah, we'll see if I switch it. Like how's it going? No hater segment today, and probably no radical break either. Just because no one said anything about the radical break. Well, other than like the first one, which that one was fine. People were positive about that, but no one said anything about yesterday's with Into the Radius. So I'm just gonna not have one today because I don't know how they've been. received, because no one's been upset about them yet, or anything, right? But I'm assuming having 20 minutes in the middle of a video being something else, people might get upset about that. I don't know. Despite no one actually saying they're upset about the little breaks in the middle. I mean, if something comes up in the video that actually makes me want to do a specific thing in the middle, then I'll have a radical break, but I don't have anything planned for today. So rejoice, I guess. Unless y'all have been enjoying that, well then, my bad. I still don't know how to fix the desync with that. I might not be able to fix the desync with streaming the VR headset to my computer because it's being streamed wirelessly to my computer to OBS to be seen. So that's like an issue. Like maybe that's just something that can't be fixed because of how it's being done. Also, I don't know if anyone's going to be upset about me changing the beginning of the videos to, hey cuties instead of hey guys. Because you can argue like cutie is not the most, I don't know, masculine name, and guys has kind of been turned into a word that means everybody. So it like guys is more encompassing than just cuties, but I don't care. Most of my characters are called cutie. I have a friend who literally just calls me cutie every day, so it doesn't really matter to me. So if anyone's upset about that, oh well. Also, the members becoming cuties, but again, I feel like if you really hate the word that much, you wouldn't become a member to begin with. So I don't think I really need to care about any of that. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing at the beginning of these videos from now on. I think we can just get into it now, though. This is, as usual, a title and a half. I don't know where this is even going to go, like what this could even mean. Also, we have one more day of Chinaverse week. So we have one more tomorrow, and then I might still try to do 25 days of Rad. So it might not be Stephanie stuff though, like tomorrow or Monday might be Crowley, because I saw that Crowley uploaded a new video, and he's who I forgot the other day. So we might have a Nick Crowley video on Monday. Also, if you've actually sat here this entire time listening to this, which I assume is 0.0001% of you, so literally no one, but if you have, then my bad for, wasting 8 minutes not getting to the video, but I am trying to just, I don't know, just yap. I don't use the word yap, but I've been trying to yap more, just go into yap sessions.
Were you about to say apatu? Okay, we have been addicted. But I do need to tell you about something that I saw the other day. This is a video that was going viral, and I saw a brief clip where someone was trying to translate for me, and it wasn't making sense, so I sent it to our Chinese researchers because I was like, I need to know what the fork is happening. Even just...
Could you just give it to your husband? Question mark? Unless she doesn't want to spoil him, I guess.
By watching the body language, watching the way that everybody is reacting, I can't figure it out. This is the video. I'm going to explain it to you. During the 2023 Chinese New Year, so this is early 2023, they have these event spaces that everyone can book, and it's for a few weeks. Everybody, every company, every family, every church, every community is hosting a Chinese New Year festival, and it's like a huge gathering. It almost looks like a wedding hall. You've got a stage, you've got music playing, you've got MCs, hosts, you've got everybody getting served scallops at their tables. This is one of those. And in this building, the door slams open, and a woman rushes to the front of the stage, and she is decked out in this velvet gray tracksuit. And on top of it, she's wearing what appears to be a Louis Vuitton coat.
Wow.
Yeah. And she looks...
I barely even see what she's wearing. Honestly.
She looks maybe 30, okay? And she screams, I am under personal threat. If you don't see me after today, I am dead.
Damn. And that's what she said.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is not a Mott's. Like, this is crazy. What's happening, okay? And she's elbowing the staff that's trying to grab her to take her off the stage because, I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't care what's happening today or tomorrow. This is not your event. And she's screaming, all of you must testify on my behalf. Before she can even finish speaking, staff are still intervening her, stopping her, trying to get her off the stage. Whoever's behind the DJ booth, they're boosting the music up. They said, happy music, 100.
Oof.
They said all the way up. I'm just gonna move my finger. Okay? She's upset by this. She's unwilling to back down. She turns around immediately and points at the stage, just yelling at people, screaming. And then she pushes her way back onto the stage. She's attempting to grab the microphone from the host. She's blocked by organizers. It feels like I'm watching an NFL game. This is my version of sports. This is the type of sports that I watch. Chaos is ensuing. People are getting shoved and pushed. And she can't get the microphone from the host. She just starts yelling into the crowd, I have evidence! Charles Huang said if I can get the evidence, he'll self-exit.
What?
What the fuck is going on?
Evidence, Charles Huang said. If I bring evidence, he will. And then just music cranked up to a billion, or 999 there. Was the host giving her the microphone or not? Because I feel like the host was like, okay, just take the microphone, I don't want to deal with this. That's what it looked like, because her hand was extended out, like she was trying to give her the mic.
Before she can even speak more, now they're trying to physically take her off the stage. At one point, it looks like they're about to pick her up and levitate her. She wiggles her way out of her Louis Vuitton coat, and she screams, okay, today! The music goes louder, and her LV coat slips completely off and unintentionally reveals her very well-proportioned figure. She's got an hourglass shape, looks like a Coke bottle, honestly. This becomes important later. I'm not just objectifying her. Okay.
I was like, why are you talking about this? I don't even know if I noticed. I don't think I was looking.
And she's just standing there in like her gray tracksuit, but like body banging, good for you. Finally, 4 people half push, half pull her like a little lobster ready to get grilled off the stage. And once she's off, now she can finally hear what a few men. Okay, I will describe the people sitting. Half of them continue to eat. Half of them stop mid-chew, staring at her. Some of the waiters are even stopped serving mid-scallop, just staring at the commotion. A handful of men, I would say one in particular, is standing up to scream back at her. And I thought they'd be screaming like,
shut up, you're weird, what are you doing? What do you mean? Who are you talking about?
Right? But they just tell her, you're in the wrong room. Next door.
Next door? He's the next door. How do they know? How do they know who she's talking about? Oh, I guess she said his name, and he's like, "Oh, he's over there."
Next door. Go next door. This ain't the room. Go next door. Wrong event. And she literally stops yapping right away. Her face is like, you know when you're wrong, and it's so obvious you're wrong, but you still want to be angry because I don't know, dignity, right? That's her. She's like, and then she just storms out of there. She storms. Her shoulders are like fluffing back and forth. How can you be wrong and angry? That's crazy to me, okay? And they're just screaming, go next door, go next door. And she's like, next door? I fucking will go next door. Like, that's her energy. It's crazy. She grabs her jacket, like, rips it off the guy, and it's like, charges out the door. And yeah, turns out she does go next door. And she screams up on the stage for another 20 minutes. Then she lays down on the floor and starts screaming some more for another 10 minutes. And then eventually, the cops are called.
Oof. It's like no one gonna do anything. Like she's literally throwing a tantrum at that point. She's laying on the ground screaming. I mean, not that it's not justified, question mark, we don't know. But she's literally acting like a toddler at that point. She is like floundering on the floor.
Okay, now there's so many questions. So many questions. What is this woman so upset about? Who is threatening her? By the way, this is in California at a Chinese New Year event, but everybody's speaking Mandarin, right? But this is in California. Who's threatening her? Attendees of the second event are saying, I have no clue what's going on. This is what she said. It was like half an hour. 10 police officers had to escort her away. And everyone online was like, wait, who is she saying? Charles Huang said something about evidence? Who's Charles Huang? I can tell you this right now. He's a billionaire. And this case is about to get so bizarre. My husband and I have been together for 10 years, and I thought I was a 1D type of girl. And turns out I am not.
What do you mean one-dimensional? What do you mean 1D? I assume one-dimensional. I don't know why we have this glasses lift up surprised face. Though I kind of just realized like we go over a lot of billionaires in the Chinaverse. It's always about billionaires, but I guess it's just celebrity nonsense in general, right? So they end up just having a lot of money, and billionaires are just thrown into there. Is this about to roll into an ad? Question mark. She's talking about like 1D, because I know I just saw something there. Yeah, some statistics there. I did see there was like paid promotion up here at the beginning, so I'm guessing this is where the ad starts.
Not. There is another secret second D in my life that my husband introduced me to, so it just makes everything better, worse. I don't know. It's up to you, but it just helps me take care of things and protects me in a way that my husband can.
What is that in her hand? I mean, so what is this ad for? Oh, there's a QR code there. It is for joindeleteme.com/bis20. I am assuming this is, yeah, remove your personal information from the web. That's what I would assume delete me would mean. But yeah, there you go, the QR code. Well, I'm in the way, but there you go. QR code for that.
At checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/biz20, code biz20. And thank you, Delete Me, for sponsoring today's video. And let's get into it. When this video
Why is that like icon next to their name look like the Xbox logo? I feel like they're gonna get sued for that.
was viral, everyone was like, who is that woman? Okay, before we even get to the billionaire, we need to know who she is because the connection isn't sensing. It doesn't make any sense. What is she screaming about? So they find her, and this woman's name is Sunny. She used to be a Pilates instructor, but eventually she decided to explore the age-old philosophical question that even the Stoics could not solve. Is 12 inches ethical?
What?
We are talking about a man's hard drive.
Hi girls，我是 Sunny，欢迎搭乘妮妮幸福快车，车速快，
Happiness training? Put on the seatbelt.
系好安全带。
She has videos on YouTube, and she says, if your connection with your partner is not there anymore, no matter how skillful a man is, useless. If your skill is there, but your hardware is not there, you can still make it work, even if your hardware is not performing. I'm gonna teach you guys how to bare hand measure a man's hard drive.
关系不到位，技巧再好都。
Using hard drive. That's such a weird euphemism to use there. Also, we have the male and female icon here entangled, which you'd expect for something like this. Also, the word man and the word woman here in kanji as well. But yeah, the hard drive thing. It's such a weird word to use, other than the fact that it's the word hard, right? That's the joke. But if I think of a hard drive, I think of something that stores space. And that's not what, you know, these phallic objects that are being talked about do. They don't store information, question mark. You can argue something stores information, but not that. So that we're going to get like hyper technical.
都白费，技巧很到位，硬件不够也能往上凑一凑。
Wait. What? Wait, hold on. She's posting this on YouTube?
Yeah.
So she's a YouTuber.
Yeah, but in Chinese.
Oh.
I guess if it's educational, like, you're allowed to post anything, right? So
This is in Chinese. I had it translated, and the Chinese
quote unquote educational.
teacher is like, I'm so scarred. And I'm like, me too.
And what did she just say exactly? Hard drive what?
Yes. So she's talking about how it's all about, it's not really about the size of a man's banana, his hard drive,
Okay.
his hardware.
It's not about size, got it?
It's not about the size of his water bottle, his Stanley cup, his
It's about what? Surprise? Wait, what is it?
no, let me explain what she says. By the way, she's holding a whip during all of this, like just casually. Like, you know how YouTubers have props? Like, they'll have a spatula with a microphone attached to the spatula.
Like your nose stick?
My nose stick. Hers is a fucking whip. It's a crop.
What is it? I don't know what the thing's called. Is it? I don't think it's a cattle prod, right? I don't think that's the right term. What is the thing called? I think it's like a horse crop. I don't know if I've heard it called that before, but it's something like a horse crop. There's probably like a better word for it in that kind of universe of things. Yeah, the cattle prod I think is like electrified, so that's not exactly what I meant, but it's a horse crop. Question mark. A crop.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's just casually holding it, flinging it around, and then eventually she brings a banana onto the screen, and it's a whole joyous time. Yeah.
为什么我拿香蕉？因为香蕉有营养。
And she says, ever since back in the day, our women's chest sizes from A to Z, everyone can see it. You know, it makes us having to hide it, squeeze it, tuck it, conceal it. But why are men's private parts so private? If we want to figure it out, we have to use random myths and theories. And she goes on to list all the myths, you know, 3 thumbs. That's what they say. Grab a man and say, show me your thumb, bitch. And then add up 3 of them. And they say that's...
Don't be doing it right now. That's crazy.
So they say 3 thumbs. And then she says, bigger the nose, the bigger the hard drive. They say from elbow to wrist is your foot. And then from your foot, it's like minus a few inches. It's like a whole thing, okay? She says, we're looking at nose sizes, shoe sizes, hand sizes, height, feet sizes. We're looking at everything. I actually have a tip on how to figure out a man's private size before.
Is this you or from her?
No, me.
Oh,
I have a tip, yes.
you, okay.
It is
Wait, so this is all her or?
all the myths, she's ranting about it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just telling you, this is how you know a man's size. You ask them directly to their face, their size. Don't do this at work, because you will go to HR, and then
Sure.
you can't be like, see, I watched this YouTube, it's a whole thing. You know, they're not gonna wanna hear that. Do this consensually. You ask them what their size is, and then you subtract like 4. 4 inches.
4 is way too much to be subtracting off of that. Question mark.
Yeah. And then sometimes
That's
if they...
negative.
Yeah. If they talk a really big game, you're like subtracting a 5. And she says, truth is, all of these myths are not real. I will tell you how to measure it. Now, Stephanie is saying the only drawbacks of Sunny's way of measuring a man's hardware is that you have to be in the same room as him. He has to have his pants off, and you have to be kind of like holding it.
You're already there. Like, what? You're already at the event. Why? Hello? What do you mean? Isn't the whole point to know without seeing it? Question mark.
What?
So, you know how like all the other myths are like 3 thumbs, look at his hands. Sunny says none of those work. The only way that works is like you gotta grab your hand and like you gotta use your hand to measure. I genuinely,
Like with a ruler and everything?
yes, I genuinely don't understand the purpose of this video because I'm like, who's doing this? Who is doing this? It's not for the girlies because it's like, if I'm already seeing it, it's too late. You know, I saw it. But she says, I'm gonna show you how to measure with a banana. And
With
this
a banana?
Yes, don't do as Sunny says because they will know you're measuring. Like it's not even casual. She says, let me show you 2 hand gestures. One is this ding, and she's pointing at
finger
her.
gun?
A finger gun. She got finger guns. She said, this is for length. And then she said, ding, and okay sign. She said, this is for girth.
Okay.
This is the same woman who says, I'm dead tomorrow if you don't help me. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to put the dots together here. So the myths are myths, but her methods, you just need 2 finger symbols, and you're good to go.
Again, like, at that point, who cares? You're literally already engaging in the act. Who cares?
Okay. So she
You
usually
can visually see it with your eyeballs.
says, from your index, like there,
From what?
like your index finger, from the starting point of where your thumb ends, you know, that little web,
Yeah.
to the end nail of your index finger. It's about 3.9 inches. She says, so you just, you know that little web where your thumb is? You just put that at the tippy top of the
3.9? Is that accurate, or is that accurate for a woman? Question mark. I have a ruler here. So let me see. From the web to the tip of my finger? Question mark. I don't feel like that's inaccurate unless we're talking like female numbers? Question mark. Because I don't know where we're supposed to be measuring from, because on my hand that's like over 5 inches. That's not any indication of anything. I mean, I'm just saying, like, literally, I'm just measuring my finger and it's over 5. So it's like, I feel like that's an inaccurate number, like 3.9. Unless that's, she just has a small hand, right? That's so inaccurate. Everyone's hands are going to be different sizes. So it doesn't make any sense. You're having confirmation bias there, because like, I'm literally just measuring my hand and it's literally like 5 and some change. Unless I'm measuring wrong. Let me even see what like 3.9 is. 3 and then 9? It's like almost 4, right? I could see how, I don't know. She must like really have small hands. I don't know.
the hard drive, and then you ding, see if it's longer than your index finger. You go ding. And she's doing this so serious while holding a whip. So please be serious. Don't laugh.
It's not a whip.
Very serious. And if it's longer than the index finger, she says enough, enough, enough. Okay. If it passes the middle finger, great, but still enough, enough. That's all you need. Really, all you need is an index finger of length.
超过你的食指其实就已经很标准了。如果啊
I guess her hands are small. Her finger does look like it's pretty small. Like, she just has small hands. Again, like, don't use that as like a normal thing, because everyone's hands are different sizes. I guess it is relative. Maybe she's that like the length of your hand doesn't matter. Like the actual measurement doesn't matter, because you're just saying, hey, is it this size or bigger? Then you're good. Because if your hands are small, it probably means that you are small.
还超过你的中指，够用了，够用了。
She said for girls' pleasure, length actually ranks the last. You know what's second to last? Girth. She says you girth it, overlaps, not good enough. If your fingers are overlapping, not the best. Okay, index finger to thumb, overlap, no. Because she's saying that the diameter of a girl's croissant is only about a little less than an inch. As long as you can still kind of hold it, that's a good okay sign. That's okay, you know? Length, measurement, those are very important. But she says, you know, men always forget the most important thing, and that's the rockiness. The hardness of the hardware.
最重要的不是长度，也不是粗度，而是硬度。
She says you have to at least be able to.
Also, I don't know why I'm trying to like psychoanalyze this stuff. Like, I don't care. I don't know why I'm being so like clinical about what she's saying.
To have enough hard in your hardware to go through the croissant. She says you have to enter the croissant to let us know that you are here. That is the bare minimum. How can we know that you are here if you cannot enter through the front door? The bar is so low, okay? But Sunny says 2 inches is more than enough.
2 inches?
Yeah.
Really?
Sunny's standard for hardness is the harder, the better. And she says combining these 3 elements that we can conclude the hardness is greater than the girth is greater than the length. It's math, it's STEM. And she says, but if you are a man and you just measured and you were shorter than 2 inches, well, I have options for you. 1,
Also, that's a clinical problem if you're like that small, question mark. Also, this video is just like so weird and awkward. No one's gonna watch this one. This one's so weird. I didn't think we were gonna get this in depth and this kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure that's a clinical issue, and probably there's like what 0.00000000001% of guys are around that or less, or even like slightly above that. Like I feel like the average. I mean, the average is an average for the reason, right? And like most guys are nowhere near that. They're well above that. Question mark. I want to go back to the hand thing. It's bothering me because like she was saying like Stephanie said from like the web of your thumb to your nail. And is because if she's just measuring just her finger, well then okay, I can believe you with like the 3.9. But if it's actually from your thumb to the point of your finger, there's no way it's 3.9. Yeah, we're just gonna skip past that. Like it's just like I'm kind of like just stuck on the hand measurement. And I'm like, is her hands really that small?
You can fly to France and get an enlargement surgery. They have the best in France. It's the country with the highest rate of enlargement surgeries. Another option is to come to the United States and find Sunny. She doesn't explain exactly what she's going to do with these men
That's kind of weird.
less than 2, but Sunny claims that she can help them, quote, increase length, girth, and hardness. Oh, yeah.
There is a device for that, I'm pretty sure.
Wait,
yes.
she's a YouTuber?
She's a
For someone who has that clinical issue, I think.
expert in hardware. She said she used to be a Pilates instructor. And then all these girls were talking about how Pilates was giving them that gorilla grip. And she was like, what are you saying? And they were like, you don't know? You don't know why I do Pilates? You don't know why I got a reformer? It's for the gorilla grip. And then she said, what? That's so strange. Then she looked online and she was like, that does make sense because you're doing your pelvic muscles and stuff. So then she ends up becoming a sex expert instructor. She creates videos and writes articles about how women can achieve maximum happiness in areas of the house that you do things in. So she even creates this whole math equation, the female pleasure formula, to explain how women receive maximum pleasure
Did she have the sense of the word bedroom? Question mark.
during the process. And it's this. Formula equals lust and love times parentheses
Okay. I'm just looking at this.
hardness plus duration plus skill plus explosiveness plus girth plus length. Bro, I don't even know how to do that. I don't know what, like, do I end up with an answer or a number? Like, do I
Yeah, like we're doing calculus for bedroom activities, extracurricular activities.
end up with a you're doing good? Or do I end up with like 100/3? Like what is the ultimate? I don't know. But she said this is the formula. Now, according to Sunny, lust and emotional connections are prerequisites for all of this. And she just goes on. And she says, truly, it's all about the hardware and the skills. She says, skills are so important. Men should not be going in blind. Then nobody is going to have fun. This is how she describes it. She says, he has to have the strength of those drills that you drill into the ground?
That's a lot.
It's a jackhammer, is what it's called.
That's like a drill, right? Electric drill.
But like into the
Jackhammer.
not like into the drywall, buddy. Into the cement. And then you got like a headache after. You gotta wear a hard hat. She says you gotta have the strength of a drill and the speed of a sewing machine. Otherwise,
What?
and then when we're so close to the finish line, your frequency per second has to last about 30 seconds. You have to maintain the sewing machine and the hardness of the drill for 30 seconds at least, or else get out the room.
Daniel.
Wait, what? I zoned out.
And then when we're so close to the finish line, your frequency per second has to last about 30 seconds. You have to maintain the sewing machine and the hardness of the drill for 30 seconds at least, or else get out the room.
Daniel.
Damn. So what does she have to do with the billionaire? Why is she going to die? Why is she breaking in to these freaking convention centers, having Chinese New Year festivities, and screaming, I'm going to die, wiggling out of her Louis Vuitton coat? Who is Charles Huang? Charles Huang has nothing to do with what I thought he had to do with. For some reason, I said he's a billionaire. What do you imagine he's partaking in? I thought entertainment billionaire who runs an entertainment. Maybe he owns a conglomerate of nightclubs. BitConnect. Huck to a coin. I don't know. Billions of dollars in an industry.
Wait, she was a thing at that point? I mean, this was 11 months ago, so I'm guessing, sure.
He's a COVID tycoon. I'm like, what the fuck is a COVID tycoon?
That sounds kind of messed up.
Sounds dystopian. It's very dystopian. He made billions of dollars during COVID selling COVID testing kits.
It's from him.
It's from him. He's
Oh
a
my
guy
God.
from the village, went to Wuhan University, kept trying to make money, he made an investment group, like a VC Capital One venture connect. Bro, whatever. Okay, whatever. You fill in the blanks, okay? He made one of those investment firms and then he didn't have any investors. So then people are like, how do you have an investment firm without any investors? That's the whole point of an investment firm. So that was him for most of his life until COVID hit and he started selling COVID testing kits. They were like manufacturing COVID testing kits. Now, he's 19 years older than Sunny. And suddenly, he decides that he is going to hire this Pilates turned pleasure expert as the PR, the head of PR, public relations of his Pisaka Capital. That's the name of his capital, like venture fund.
So okay, so
Why though? How did we get to this point?
a investment company,
Yes.
right? He invests money into these
But most of his investments are in like medical supplies, like COVID testing kits. But then he hires this pleasure expert to be the head of PR. She has no experience in finance, investment, medical, or public relations.
So is this after her YouTube career? Like
This is like after her YouTube career, he hires her. He's like, hey, come be the head of PR at my investment firm.
okay.
So then
Yeah, why though? Unless they were messing around and he's like, okay, let me give you a job.
she gets hired. But people are like, there's no way that she just applied for the job and got chosen. She was probably Charles's private coach or instructor and then got hired
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
for PR because he was like, the way you do the P to the everything is good. So he hires her because right after getting Sunny a job at his investment firm, a high paying job, Charles buys a row of townhomes. Because like that's what you do when you're a billionaire. You don't buy a singular townhome. You go and you see a whole neighborhood and you say, I like that one. The whole neighborhood. I would like to buy one of every single one of them. One in each color, please.
Park Avenue.
Yes. He buys a whole row of townhomes. And he says, it's for employee living. You know, I'm going to house employees there. Sunny ended up moving into one of them. He even flew her to Wuhan University because there was like an alumni gathering and they went together. So it's like, something is weird here. She does not seem to be the PR, but like, why is she screaming? So here's what we know. We know that she's a Pilates instructor turned pleasure instructor. Then she gets hired at this massive investment firm to be the head of PR. And then later on, she 2023 bursts into New Year celebrations to say, the billionaire that I work for, I'm gonna die. Now people are like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Is this billionaire going to kill her? So then they look more into this billionaire. He's actually a very charitable dude. That's all we could find online about him. Most of his stuff pre-Sunny is all about how much he donates. So he becomes a billionaire. He grew up with nothing in a small little village. He had no money. His family could only send one of their kids to school. He's the eldest son, so he gets chosen. And he pledged to donate $100 million to his alma mater schools. So he went to Wuhan University. I think he did grad school in the UK. So he's like pledging to give them tons of money. He's always donating. He donated to the Chinese hospital in New York. There's this huge hospital in New York that houses a lot of Chinese patients and all the doctors speak Chinese. So it's great for people to go there. And he said, if Chinese people don't care about the Chinese hospital, then who will? So he was trying to set a precedent of Chinese investors and Chinese billionaires to donate to these types of establishments because everyone needs help. That's all we know about Charles, really, until 2023, Sunny.
Yeah, it is kind of weird though, because we were just saying how dystopian it is that he became rich off of selling things that people need, but then he's also giving back. So is it dystopian? It's still dystopian, but maybe he's still a good guy though.
Bursts into the New Year's festivities and starts screaming. That's 2023. Nothing really happens out of that until 2024. So a year passes, Sunny doesn't die, nobody knows what's going on. Turns out, Charles reveals that he is going to be suing Sunny for extortion. This becomes a huge trial in the US. It's still ongoing, the whole legal proceedings, but it is revealed.
Still ongoing in 2025, 11 months ago? Question mark?
That from April to September 2022, they engaged in sex maybe 5 to 6 times. Charles and his hired PI representative, Sunny.
Okay.
He's saying, so I hired her, and during the time of her employment, we did it.
Okay.
We did it like 6 times. He tells the judge, okay? During this time, we were both attracted to each other for our own reasons. I was attracted to her for her body like a bottle figure.
Is that what he said?
He said attractive figure.
Oh, okay.
A body like a Coke bottle,
Okay.
glass bottle figure, and personality, of course. And Sunny was attracted to me for my money and my luxurious lifestyle. He's got a jet. COVID tycoon's got a jet. This is dystopian. From the very beginning, there was
The freaking mahjong table in this guy's jet? Jesus Christ.
no love in our relationship, right? Because from the first time that they started having the intimate moments, he says that unbeknownst to him, he did not know this at the time, Sunny was secretly recording a lot of their intimate
Oh,
incidents.
that's wild.
Isn't that against the law if she's doing that? Isn't she the one in fault? At fault? Because that's against the law.
Then near the end of 2022, they decided, we're not boinking good enough. It's not working. The hardware is not connecting with the croissant. It's just not the vibe. It's not the vibe, right? And then he thought it
Croissant? It's weird that we're referring to that as a croissant. Did she say that earlier? Why are you calling it a
was,
croissant?
oh, he thought, it's fine. I gave her some money. We're doing great. We're being mature about it. But in January of 2023,
Did they break up or they just stop talking,
Yes.
stop hanging out? Okay.
January of 2023, he had this random call from a couple from Nevada, like near Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, named Li Hua Stearns and Xiao Dongxie. They're both Chinese. And they contact Charles and they say, we have something you need to see. Meet us at a Starbucks. So they meet at a Starbucks in Arcadia in Los Angeles, okay? And they sit down and they don't say that they were sent by Sunny. They don't say anything. They don't even say, we know Sunny, okay? They say, we have a video of you. and they slide over the file. It's like all happening in a Starbucks. There's like teenagers drinking pumpkin spice lattes right next to them, and this is all going down. And they're like, so many Chinese people here. Yeah, that's what's happening, okay? All we know about this couple is that the woman of the couple was arrested multiple times for sex work.
Okay.
She has no other record. She tried to open up a massage parlor recently, but due to her previous convictions of being engaging in sex work, her license was denied for a massage parlor because the authorities took one look at it and they said, what are you going to be massaging, Lee? What are you going to be massaging? So they said denied, right? Now, the three of them are at Starbucks and they get straight to the point. They're showing him the videos with Sunny. One of them is like him taking off his pants, taking off his undergarments, out comes his hardware. Surprise.
What does he look like? He's older, right?
Charles?
Yeah, Charles.
Oh, he looks like a man that would be part of your parents' church congregation. He looks like an ajashi. He's middle-aged. He looks like a dad.
Oh, okay. How old is he? Is he old? Like you
Like
say he's
50s.
Like 50s.
Yes,
Okay.
but he definitely he's not Mark Zuckerberg. he's not fucking Telegram CEO Giga Chad.
Are we just saying that Mark Zuckerberg is okay looking? Because isn't the joke that he looks like some sort of reptoid robot freak? Question mark. No offense to Mark, because, well, I don't know if I care about offending Mark, but no offense to Mark, just because, you know, the Meta Quest, the VR headset that I use is Meta, and Meta is Facebook, and Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg. So I'm worried about saying anything bad about Mark and then having my account obliterated and unable to use my expensive headset because I said something mean about Mark. But you know, those have always been the jokes, right? He looks like some sort of reptoid or reptilian robot, question mark. Because, you know, the joke of, like, there's reptile people in political positions, or billionaires or reptile alien creatures or whatever, you know, that conspiracy or joke, right? So I don't know how we're saying, oh, Mark is actually okay. Maybe he is, I don't know.
He definitely looks like a dad.
Okay.
Like he looks like he looks like Warren Buffett when he was 50, but like Chinese. You know what I mean? He's not going down that route.
Okay.
He's going down the other route.
Okay,
He
so
said,
he's a dad. He's
he
not
said
a-
relatability is my marketing.
He's not a daddy.
He's not a daddy.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not a daddy. So yeah. Now here's the problem. As we mentioned before, Charles does have a very positive image in China, at least. I'm sure everyone in America is like, what the fork, bro? What is a COVID tycoon that's dystopian? But everyone in China is like, you know what? He's a billionaire and he is from the village. It's a come up story, rags to riches, and he donates a lot of money. Maybe we'll eat him second to last. We're gonna eat Wanda Group first. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that. He's got a very clean image considering, because he's in like the medical industry and people think, okay, he seems nice. And not to mention, because he's in the medical industry in China, that's very big. You cannot just be boinking around with people. When you're in the medical industry, people expect you to be a good person, which is so ironic.
Yeah.
People in the medical industry, like the CEOs and the billionaires, usually not good people. But he needs solid reputation to have good relationships with investors, but also patience so that people trust his medical devices, such as his COVID kits. So he knows exactly how much reputation means to him, and this could be his downfall, especially for a Chinese billionaire. So on the spot, the Nevada couple say, 200 million and we'll make the video go away. 200 million USD.
Wow.
Do you know that in the entire world, there are only about 20,000 people who have that kind of money?
20,000 people?
That's it. And Charles says, yeah, I'm not one of them, okay? I'm a billionaire for sure, but like 1 billion, okay? And like, I already spent a lot of money. I have a jet. I've got like an $18 million house in LA. Oops. Yeah, so I can't get you $200 million. Like, do you think billionaires just have billions of dollars in cash? I don't have that kind of money. There's no way I can get you that money without people finding out about this, which would defeat the purpose.
$1 billion in, like, what's the word? I forgot what the word is. It's like your net worth. Yeah, $1 billion in net worth, but that doesn't mean, I guess, you, like you said, don't have $1 billion in cash.
Me giving you that money. He's like, this is ridiculous. This is laughable. You think you're in a James Bond movie? Think again, bitch. How about 20 million? He said, that seems more reasonable, does it not? Yeah? So that day, Charles wires them $600,000. And he said, I'm going to get you the rest of the $20 million when I can get you the $20 million, but I got to jump through hoops because this is an investment group. Like my money is vested. I am hedging my money. I'm funding my money. I don't know. He's giving them financial excuses that I'd be like, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. His money is moneying. So he needs to pause the moneying to extract the money and give me the money.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would just be like, I don't care. Put him up. Insert the meme that I used before of Homelander. You know what? I'm just gonna insert the meme again. I didn't get in trouble last time. I'm doing it again. Alright, I gotta pull it up again. Here we go. This would be me.
Go ahead. Release it. Let's light this candle, huh? I mean, sure, I'll lose everything, but then I'll have nothing to lose.
So good.
Right? It makes sense. The Nevada couple are like, yeah, okay, sounds good. They go back to Nevada. And Charles is sitting there and he's pacing around his room and he's like, you know, here's the thing about extortion and blackmail. Who's to say they're not going to come back? Who's to say after blowing through $20 million, they're going to be like, hey, we need another 20. Hey, remember 200 million? We want that number again. And that would be a big deal because it would impact his business, but it would also ruin his 30-year loving marriage with his wife.
Of course.
Oof. Wasn't even thinking about the fact that he might have been married. Oof. Just can't not cheat, I guess. We just can't not do it.
He later tells the court, I wanted to protect my reputation as a businessman. I have a reputation, but as a private individual, I also have a reputation. Once the video would be exposed, my family would be absolutely ruined.
I wasn't thinking about that. I mean, but that's your fault at that point, though, right? If you didn't have a family, then it shouldn't matter. You could just easily been like, okay, whatever. If this destroys everything, you already have $1 billion in net worth, right? Though who knows what the repercussions would be? I don't know what the repercussions are. I would just be like, okay, do it. You know, just release the thing. Who cares?
I don't feel sympathy for you, sir. I get it. Extortion is a crime, but I feel no sympathy. Thoughts and prayers to you, Charles. Okay, so then for the several next few weeks, he tells the couple from Nevada, I'm getting you the 20 million. My money is moneying. But then he starts hiring these lawyers and private investigators, and they start slowly gathering evidence, and he would meet up with the Nevada couple to discuss the issue, and he would secretly record all their conversations. So his plan was to gather enough evidence and file a lawsuit against them for extortion and blackmail. Now, alongside this, Charles informed the sheriff, the deputies are working on it, and they ambush the couple in the middle of 2023, May 2023, and they arrest them. They get arrested in Arcadia, California, near Los Angeles. They get taken into custody, and the police don't immediately arrest Sonny, but it's pretty clear where they got that video. It's pretty clear that Sonny is the one that sent them and all of that. So Sonny ends up just turning herself in. Now, instead of admitting to
Interesting.
their crimes and saying, you know, it was a brazen extortion attempt. I don't know what I was thinking. I had a lapse of judgment. I don't even know who that was. They start coming up with some bizarre ass stories. Sonny was like, this whole thing is so silly. It's just so foolish. Like, we were just hee-hee-ha-haing and then, you know what I mean? But honestly, Charles is at fault because he lured me out from New York. I moved from New York to California. I relocated to do PR work. But he never really gave me much PR work. He gave me a fat salary. He gave me a townhome and we boinked. But I just feel like it's his fault. Yeah. Now, as for the
Well, his fault that you recorded a intimate session without his consent? Question mark. I don't know about that. Again, I'm so confused on like, adultery being against the law or not against the law. I'm so confused on that. But let's assume it is against the law. Like he's committed a crime, so he's at fault for that. But she's committed an even more heinous crime. I guess it depends on the person, like who, recording intimacy without consent for the use of blackmail. So like the double crime, is that worse than cheating? Question mark. If it depends on the person you're asking, whether or not it is or not. But yeah.
The couple, the Nevada couple, their arguments are even weirder. They say, oh, we're not working with Sonny. We're working with Charles.
What?
The police are like, the guy that set up a whole sting operation, like he's part of the FBI. He had PIs on your ass. He hired attorneys. He hired the sheriff's office. He was wired up to catch you in the act of extortion and blackmail. You're working for him? They say, you want the proof? Listen to those recordings. What do I call him? I call him boss, because I'm working for him.
Okay.
Because they say, hey, boss.
Yeah.
Pay us $20 million.
Yeah, hey, big boss.
Hey, big boss.
I know you got that 20 mil. I know you got it set aside for incidents like this. Come on, come on. It's all about the bottom line, boss. Big boss. They say, no, we meant boss as in you are my boss. I am the employee, you are the employer. And all of the interactions we were having with Sonny, we were acting on Charles's behalf, trying to see how we can make Sonny go away. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? In addition to that, you know, there was a point in the conversation, if you listen to the recordings, we say, hey, big boss, why don't you give us some shares of your company? If we go and sell your COVID test to hotels and casino chains in Las Vegas, we get some equity in your company? And he said, let me think about it. Because, you know, he's recording them and he wants them to open up. And they said, no.
So they're like blackmailing her as well as harassing her job?
Like threatening to get a job. Yes.
Wow.
They said, am I going to get this job? Well, I have a gun. Okay, that's literally their argument here. They say, no. We were actually working for Charles. Nobody is believing this. And ultimately, that's where we're at. That's all
Oh yeah, because it's still not over. Oof, that sucks.
we know. So at this point, we're just trying to figure out what's going to happen. Their whole legal proceedings are ongoing because, so briefly, a lot of Chinese citizens actually do feel bad for Charles. Some feel bad for his wife saying that he's married, but they also feel bad for him saying, you know, there's a lapse in judgment. He's still a good guy. He donates so much money. Should his life really be ruined by these goofy people out in Nevada and California?
But his life is not ruined.
Yeah, it's not ruined. And most people say, no, this guy's life could potentially should be ruined, because if you really go through some of the trial documents, Charles admitted that over the years he engaged in sexual relations with another manager. So regardless of Sunny illegally recording, which is illegal, not okay, right? Blackmailing, not okay, I don't condone. But he's also here boinking managers, boinking employees. And it seems to be a pattern. Like that's very dangerous.
Yeah, he's just constantly cheating on his wife. I mean, his wife needs to divorce him, maybe take half. But Sunny and whoever these two other people are possibly need jail time.
Sunny then has filed another lawsuit against Charles, stating that he was soliciting for sex work and he R-worded her. Some people are questioning her and her experience getting R-worded. I don't want to question it. Some netizens are just saying like it feels like it might muddy the waters for other victims, because technically she recorded it and like set up the camera, and it was like a whole thing, you know? So people are like, how can you say you were R-worded when you set up the camera and then you blackmailed him? Because if an R-word was caught on the camera, that'd be a very different method. Like that would be a big point of conversation. But I mean, technically with the power imbalance, I think she could say that she was pressured and she couldn't say no. So I do see that point, but it's just been very messy. I will say that I think Charles is going to reap what he sows. He has been dealing with issues with his business after this. So this is like the cookie that crumbles it all. He sues them for extortion and blackmail. They countersue him. And now more people are like, wait, y'all are suing Charles, the COVID tycoon? I'm going to sue him too. So one business partner sues him because he promised this business partner 50% of the company's shares until the company blew up and made bajillions of dollars. Then he said, never mind, I'm not going to give you 50% of bajillions of dollars. That's crazy. You're out of your mind. So now he's getting sued for that. He also does not have a good reputation in the United States. He started selling.
What do you mean? We keep saying like, oh, he's such a humanitarian, right? That's like a word for that. And yet here we are like, okay, no, he's cheating on his wife. He screwed over his business partner. Question mark. Something else is about to be said.
Selling his COVID test in the height of COVID in the US, but he was not FDA authorized, which means
Yeah, I was assuming like, how is he being authorized to sell these things unless he was just doing it under the table?
consumers were actually asked to throw away all the tests.
Whoa.
And now any future tests are being denied entry into the US by his company, as well as the UK. They don't want his test. He's also being accused by his business partners of being a con man. They say, alleging that he had little to show for his past work before Innova, which is the COVID test company. Yeah, they claim he's a high-end con artist. And they allege that he misused over $1 billion in assets for personal indulgences, including luxury items like private jets that are worth $70 million, an $18 million mansion in Los Angeles, and homes for all his mistresses. Yeah.
Dang.
They also say that he's way more concerned about being an overnight...
Hold on. What? Mistresses?
Are worth $70 million, an $18 million mansion in Los Angeles, and homes for all his mistresses.
So now we just have a bunch of homes for mistresses all over the place? Question mark. It's not just he's had an affair here, an affair there. No, he has homes for mistresses. What?
Yeah.
Dang.
They also say that he's way more concerned about being an overnight billionaire rather than helping people. He's in the medical field, but he really doesn't give a shit about people. He always talks about having documentaries made about him, of him being an overnight billionaire. It seems like even his charity is done to boost his image and so he can pat himself on the back.
Isn't that just what, at the end of the day, what billionaires do anyways? Or people with a lot of money do for, like, they just do charity to make it seem like they're a good person. So people pat them on the back and say, hey, you're such a good person. And really, you're just going through the motions of what a good person would do just so you can feel good about yourself, question mark. So that's kind of the, am I a good person paradox? I don't know what you would call it. Like, there's probably like a better way of putting that, where are you doing something out of the literal pure kindness of your heart, or are you doing it to feel good about yourself because you're doing something good? And thus people will see you as a good person. Like there's, you know, like some people, well, maybe most people, if not all people, like subconsciously are doing nice things because it's because it's what they're supposed to do and not because they want to do it, and it makes them seem like a good person and makes them feel good. So it's actually selfish, question mark. Because you're doing it so that you feel good, not necessarily because of the effect it's going to have on other people, but it's just the benefit of, I did something nice, so now I feel good myself, even though it was supposed to be for someone else. You're doing it for yourself. I don't know. It's a complicated thing. Again, I call it a paradox because that's what it is, right? Because it just becomes circular, right? So I don't know.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the story of what's been going on with Charles, the COVID tycoon, and the random... I had no idea the two would ever get connected. You would never even imagine the two have any sort of relations to each other.
I mean, I feel like the COVID tycoon
Is already enough.
Yeah, it's
Like-
such a, like, imagine getting coined that.
Yeah.
Imagine.
It seems like he proudly is like, yeah, I'm the COVID tycoon. While everybody was out there dying, I made billions of dollars and I bought a jet.
Yeah.
So I think Charles is a very questionable person. I don't feel sympathy for him at all that he was extorted and blackmailed. Do I condone extortion and blackmail? No. But regular people also face extortion and blackmail, and they don't cheat on their wives. They don't sleep with a bunch of managers that they hire with a power dynamic that is not okay. And they also don't make $1 billion off of COVID. So I feel like I have limited sympathy for this man. But also Sunny, I'm confused on how to feel about her. Some people think that, you know what, get the bag, sis. Some people think...
I was hoping we can get through this video without hearing a get the bag, but of course we're going to hear get the bag.
It is scary going up against billionaires. Other people are mad at her because they doubt her new lawsuit of R-word, and they're upset that she's bringing such crazy crimes into this story of, like, they both knew what they were getting into. But then other people are saying, no, we should not doubt her story because we don't know. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I will keep you updated, but thankfully, I don't think her physical life is in danger, ? But clearly she was in distress. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, we don't have a explanation for that. What the heck was she talking about with that? Like that, we started the video off with that, but we don't have a conclusion to that era of Sunny. Her just like losing it at a convention or wherever the heck they were. Like, why did she do that? Like, why was she making a scene there? I don't understand. ? That was weird. Completely forgot about that.
Did you think it was going to happen this way? What were your thoughts on the sequence of events? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe, delete me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Stay away from COVID tycoons, sure. But yeah, I don't know if there's any follow-up to this. I mean, this was 11 months ago, so who knows if anything came out of this. I'm assuming it might still be going on, so she'll talk about it in like a year or two. You never know. But yeah, that was that story. Kind of crazy. It was really weird at the beginning because we were talking about all that extracurricular stuff. I didn't know how in-depth we were going to be getting into that. Wasn't expecting that. But yeah, final verdict is just like, yeah, he's a bad guy, probably better than he was perceived to be at the beginning, you know, affairs, well, even more than that, like houses for mistresses, screwed over his business partner, doesn't actually care about being a good guy, just wants to be a billionaire and say that he's a billionaire, make everyone know that he's a billionaire and how fast he was able to become a billionaire, yada, 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 right? But then also, she committed a crime, like double crimes, and her other partners too, whoever those two are. And there probably should be some jail time there, ? Yep, that is that video. There's some other stuff I was going to say at the beginning, but I never got around to it because I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get into any of that. Anyways, no real reason to go on a tangent of any of those tangents. Maybe tomorrow. Again, there was no radical break today because I don't really have anything to do this time around. I mean, there's stuff I could do, but I'm just choosing not to, just to give everyone a break from the radical breaks. Because again, I don't know what the opinion are on those, especially with the desynced audio. Like I was saying, like I don't know if I can fix that or not. Just with how you have to record VR, I don't know if I can do anything about that other than possibly recording it on the headset instead of streaming it to my computer, then editing it in post and like cutting it into the middle of the video, and then seeing if I could fix the audio that way. That would be that way, but it's like more difficult to do that. But yeah, don't think I have much else to say. Maybe there'll be a radical break tomorrow, depending on what people say. I might just do like regular stuff, not VR stuff, but I need to get back to finishing the Battle Pass in Eternal Return. I haven't played that in a while, just because of everything that's been going on. I haven't been in the mood to. I'm probably not going to be in the mood to until February, and that's assuming there's no surprises in February, but there might be. But that's February's too late, because the Battle Pass is over in 2 months, I think. So I kind of need to start getting back around to it. So maybe I'll throw in a Eternal Return match here and there, in like the radical breaks, and just other stuff. Need to get back to Fallout 76 at some point, because I mentioned Fallout yesterday and how it is like my favorite franchise. So I need to come back to that. I mean, we're doing like ASMR stuff for Fallout, so I'm still upset that the second video in Cozy Time for Fallout I recorded, you know, decorating this house because they had just given the new decoration update where you can do anything for decorating. So I was decorating this house or my house in Fallout 76, and I never hit record, and I was just like, oof, so devastating. Like, Jesus, I can't believe I did not hit record. Like, how could I forget to hit record? But yeah, that sucked. Any other thing we'll go on because I don't think I have much of the yap. I'm just like grasping at straws to think about stuff to yap about, but I think we can just get on with it, and maybe tomorrow we'll do some like actual big time yapping, have a radical break, and all that and whatnot. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Actually, should I change that too at the end? I have to remember that. This is like, so yeah, guys, right? That's what I usually say. So can I just say so yeah, cuties? That feels weird. Maybe I should like, but yeah, cuties. Thanks for watching. Maybe it's just gonna be really weird to say that word because even though cutie is plastered over literally everything I do, you know, cutie creator, cutie tactics, little shop of cuties, naming characters in games, cutie or cutie tactics. The name actually being based off of a character that I named in the video game a long time ago. That's the lore behind that. Like a really long time ago. And essentially like all my 3D models and VTubers and drawings or whatever can be considered cuties, question mark. I actually rarely say the word cutie out loud vocally, so it's like actually kind of weird to say it. But yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy stickers, and think about becoming a member, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because we're going to watch time and subscribers, and if we have thrown out as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. Also, don't forget the hype, because I do forget to say that, just because hype's a new thing, and I don't really see the word hype anywhere on the screen, so it's kind of hard to be like, okay, remind people to hype. But yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. Do the do. See ya.